Hey, I want to check out the market on the ground. Wuzhou Decorative World in Guangzhou opened back in 2000, sitting right at Yingbin Road in Panyu, a short distance from Nansha and Huangpu ports. The place covers everything from everyday building materials to over 200 international brand flagship stores, with a dedicated high-end center catering to hotel and commercial-grade projects. The whole Wuzhou city development runs to 300,000 SQM across three sections: the Decorative World, the International Building Materials Center, and the Business Center. The Decorative World section alone takes up 260,000 SQM and pulls in over 1,000 brand stores. It's the biggest and most complete market of its kind in South China. Walk through the market and you'll find pretty much everything: lighting, bathroom fittings, sanitary ware, ceramics, wallpaper, carpets, hardware, plumbing, doors, kitchen cabinets, wardrobes, curtains, wood flooring, heating pipes, ceiling, gypsum moldings, stone, wood trim, sealants, panels, eco-wood, paints, glass decoratives, ironwork, fly screens, aluminum sliding doors, PVC and alloy profiles, stair railings, solar and air source heat systems, garden landscaping, fireproof boards, treated timber. Pretty much the full list of what goes into a building. The supply chains behind these products run through Foshan, Zhongshan, Chaozhou, Guangzhou, and Dongguan, ceramics out of Foshan, stone from Yunfu, lighting from Guzhou and Zhongshan. Now let me get into the real challenges of sourcing building materials from China. Sourcing building materials from China, the problems don't all land at once. They come at you one layer at a time, and usually when you're least ready for them. Start with supply chain and logistics. Lead times run into construction schedules. Small orders sit at the back of the factory queue. Minimum order quantities almost never match what the project actually needs. Once the goods are moving, damage and missing pieces show up. Large structural panels and roof trusses take a real beating over long hauls. They're the first things to arrive wrong. One project, multiple suppliers, the coordination drags on, and when something goes wrong, you're usually past the point where a quick fix is still possible. On quality, what you signed off on in the sample room is not always what shows up in the container. Color shifts between sample and bulk order, dimensions that drift, steel that comes in under gauge, timber with too much moisture. In coastal or harsh climates, these things show up fast. And the materials break down a lot sooner than the spec sheet ever suggested they would. And if a product line gets discontinued, trying to find a matching batch for repairs or top-ups is a whole separate headache with no easy answer. Compliance is where things get quietly expensive. CE certification doesn't automatically line up with local structural codes, and products can fall foul of building regulations, zoning rules, or air quality standards. And interior materials still have to pass fire inspections, which can stop a project cold. Sloppy paperwork and customs becomes a wall. The shipment sits there while the site waits, and the schedule just keeps slipping. On the money side, stack up the tariffs, the freight swings, and the exchange rate moves, and the landed cost ends up well off from what was quoted at the start. After everything is installed, no technical support shows up, Chinese specs don't match the local plumbing and electrical systems, and suddenly there's a lot of tearing out and redoing. Procurement lists that don't line up with the drawings, color mismatches across different product categories. Pile these on top of each other, and by the time anyone notices, it's a mess to sort out. None of this is unfixable, but you have to catch it early before it turns into something that costs real money in real time. Map coordinate distribution of factories for various products in China. The detailed information for each factory map coordinate contains over 100 items. All factory information is then scored across these dimensions. Rigorously select the best factories from a massive pool of factories. How can I help you? Goodbye.